Everyone, it's great to see you all here for the groundbreaking ceremony marking the beginning of Dobbs Ferry's Waterfront Park Revitalization Project. The equipment is here. It's actually happening. It's a cloudy day today, but it's a beautiful day here in Dobbs Ferry. I want to first welcome the dignitaries and many of you that have come here today and had so much to have a part of this great event. We'd like to welcome New York State Senator Andrea Stewart-Cousins. We'll talk a little bit more about her and the state's involvement in this. We'd also like to welcome New York State Assemblyman Thomas Abenante, who's not here behind us right now, but I think is on the way. We're pleased to have Deputy County Executive Kevin Plunkett here with us today, as well as Bill Mooney as a representative from the county's offices. Town Supervisor Paul Feiner, somewhere out there. We know County Legislator Mary Jane Shimsky is also on her way here today as well. We'd like to welcome the past mayors, not all of who could be here today, but we are really happy to have past Mayor Don Mera here joining us. He's been a part, and members of the State Department of State. I really want to also welcome Marcus Serrano, who's not up here with us, but he's filming behind there, does a great job, the village administrator. All the great village staff of Dobbs Ferry that have had a lot to do with this and will going forward. Liz Draper, Deputy Administrator, Clerk, who has organized this event, organizes so much around the village, took care of the gold hats or the gold shovels and the hats, and everybody else that's so involved and does a great job in this village. Chief Gilardi and our great police department, Jim Dunn, DPW and Highway, who are going to be maintain this park and maintaining this beautiful park going forward. Matt Arone, our great parks head, our parks department and recreation department. Jeff Alt, who runs our library. Chief Trezza, who's here from the parks department, but also involved in many volunteer activities. Brian Cook, Ed Manley, and Pat Harney from our building department have a lot to do with these projects that come before the village. Patrick Doherty, who works with Marcus on the finance side, and again, everybody in our village. I want to thank Steve Hunter, Chair, and everybody who's here, the members of the Waterfront Committee that have worked so hard and put all the efforts into making this happen. We have folks from McLaren Engineering that are here today. I want to thank you. They are our consultants and supervising engineers for the project. I think Steve Collins and Bill McCarthy are here today. We thank them very much for their work, and they're going to be here ongoing to see that this project gets done properly. Molly Penn, Catherine Slocum, and Karen Jenkins, three members of our community, and all those, many of you are here today who are helping to organize the private fundraising initiative that is ongoing to expand the scope of the upland improvement projects that we'll talk a little bit about. I want to thank all the members of the press who are here today for covering this important historical event in Dobbs Ferry, and all the residents that have come out, and so many of you who volunteer your time to help out and make this community a great place. And finally, and this is not going to be the last word, Maria McKellar and her husband Arch, who are here right in the middle behind us. They are such wonderful people, and we are so lucky to have them as residents. It's really through their determination and generosity that's helping Dobbs Ferry with this momentous achievement. And at this point, I'd like to turn it over to Maria McKellar to say just a few words. Maria?
Marie. Thanks, Howard. We moved here 10 years ago, and we attended a meeting run by Charlene Payton showing diagrams of a proposed renovated waterfront park with beautiful walking trails. The actual short walking trail at the time had huge holes in it. I was convinced someone was going to fall in and break a leg and sue the village. But by 2007, we realized the project was dead unless we injected some money. So I asked Bettina Spire and Charlotte Frankenthaler for advice, and in fall of 2007, Mayor Seskin established the Waterfront Committee. We've been working on this for 4 years now, as Hartley said. But previous committees have been working on this since the early 1980s. This is indeed a 30-year project. So finally, here we are. So many people have donated so much time and knowledge. Anthony Zeno of the county drew up terrific plans and kept us moving. Marcus Serrano oversaw the grant from the state. And the final piece is a grant from the county, and we've all come together on this, the state, the county, the village, and private funds, Democrats and Republicans all working together. What a partnership. Tom Abenante, Rob Astorino, Hartley Connett, Steve Hunter, Steve Tilley, Elizabeth Martin, David Koenigsberg, and so many others all working together. Those of us who are fortunate have an obligation to give back. And Arch and I are delighted to be able to do so, for this is something that's going to help our whole village, all the people. And this project shows that concerned citizens working with government can make a difference, at least in Dobbs Ferry. Wouldn't it be nice if this cooperation could exist on the national level? We thank all of the people who've been working on this project for 30 years now. Thank you all.
Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Arch. Well, today begins the first phase of the project, which is the shoreline stabilization phase. And actually, the work is going to really extend from this very point where we're standing. I'm actually a little bit north here where that stake is, all the way to the southern portions beyond what's Willow Point, protecting and sustaining the new parkland for many, many generations to come. A portion, the biggest portion of the funding for this portion of the project is from a Department of State New York Environmental Matching Grant. I'd like to ask Congresswoman Andrea Stewart-Cousins to say a few brief words because she helped us so much in, did I mess that up too? State Senator. Well, someday maybe in Washington. Andrea Stewart-Cousins.
Thank you, Mayor. And, you know, I think I know why you made that error, because now where we talk about how much gridlock and things that don't happen, that need to happen, we often think of right now at what's happening on the national level. But as Marie McKellar said, this is something that we can all be very, very proud of. This is something that has gone across party lines, something that, of course, has spanned, as she said, several years, but the cooperation of every level of government to make this happen, as well as the participation of private citizens, is really what makes this exemplary. I was on my way, and I'm still on my way, to Albany. And as you know, Governor Cuomo has these regional economic development councils. I said to myself, I could be there to be at the beginning of those discussions, or I could be here celebrating the reality of what economic development is and where it's happening. It seems that, as Mayor Kennett said, and I want to congratulate him and all of the trustees and everyone who had this vision, if we can do this here, we can do it everywhere. And aren't we better for doing it? Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Without you, this wouldn't have been possible. I would like to recognize State Assemblyman Thomas Avenatti, who has joined us. Tom, we'll have you come up here in just a second. In a few months, the upland improvements will follow. This will be new trails, pathway lighting, benches, beach access for non-motorized watercraft, and economically sustainable landscaping. We have a rendition of it here today for you to see. We've shown this before, which is really going to enhance the beauty of this parkland and the accessibility to the majestic resources of the Hudson River, which really defines us here in Dobbs Ferry. A major portion of the funding for the upland improvements and the trailways is from Westchester County in the form of a legacy grant. And I'd like to first ask Kevin Plunkett from the County Executive's Office to come and just say a few brief words.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And on behalf of Rob Astorino, I am very honored to be here today. This kind of a project shows, like we've just heard from our state representative from Hartley and from Ms. McKellar, the kind of partnerships that have to be forged to accomplish something that is a win-win-win for all sectors of our constituencies. I want to thank the Board of Legislators, Mary Jane Shimsky's here, from the county for the work that we do with them on these legacy programs. This is a $2 million grant from the county for the upland improvements, as the mayor said, and we are very excited to be part of that. Rob Astorino was here, I think, probably 6 months ago at another location announcing that grant. And it's because of the state, because of the county, and because of the village that, together with the people in the private sector, that this is going to be a very big success. I take a personal amount of pride in being here today. I served as 20 years as the village attorney in this great village. And I know the commitment made by many of the people that Mayor Kennett has mentioned. I worked under former Mayor Don Mara, who's here today. And this waterfront park has been a vision of many public servants who have served this great village. I was honored to be part of it. I'm honored to be part of it now as the Deputy County Executive, and I can assure you that the Estorino administration will stay in Dobbs Ferry until this project is complete. Congratulations and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kevin, Deputy County Executive, and please extend our thanks to Mr. Astorino for all his support. Before Tom Abenante went on to bigger and better things at the legislative level, he worked tirelessly for us really right up to the 11th hour to secure the funding and help us secure the funding from the county. Again, without his efforts, none of this would have been possible. We'd like to ask Mr. Abenante to say a few words. Please, Tom.
Good morning, everyone. I am so pleased to be here on this in this beautiful site. A project like this requires imagination, determination, and cooperation. And if you look back at the history of the people of Dobbs Ferry and the people of Westchester County, different administrations, one after the other, had the imagination to see what this site could be. And that's why it is so beautiful today. And each one of them had the determination, and I compliment everyone who was involved in this project, particularly the village manager and the mayor and the board of trustees, who had the determination to do what was necessary to get it done. And it takes cooperation from all of the levels that you talked about. And there's a special thanks, of course, goes to the McKellars, because they too had the imagination and the determination and the willingness to cooperate with what so many people see as an untouchable entity, that, government out there. But here are two people that came forward, and they were the spark plug that got this engine going. So all together, I applaud the efforts going way back. I remember the village attorney, the former village attorney, now deputy county executive, thought back. And I remember standing down at the other end of this park when now deceased former mayor Roland Reed dedicated that little piece that completed the park on that end. And so it was a great effort from the people of Dobbs Ferry and the people of Westchester County together that have made and are preserving and expanding this beautiful site. Thank you for giving me a chance to be part of this.
Thank you very much, Tom. I'd also at this time like to ask Mary Jane Schmiske to also say a few words, our county legislator. Mary Jane?
Thank you, Mayor Kinnett. And thank you to all of you for being here. We're all here for one reason today. We understand the importance of parks to our community and to our environment and to the economic future of our area. Marie McKellar was absolutely right when she said parks are a bipartisan issue. And I'm so glad that the Deputy County Executive is here today to show that whether Republican or Democrat, we all understand the importance of this park. And we're all very happy to play whatever role. Tom, of course, took it from midnight through 11:30 p.m. I took it from 11:30 p.m. I think I made one last phone call on it. But everybody's hard work for years and years, and of course, the McKellars' imagination, financial support, and most importantly, their leadership is what made this all possible. And just to talk about the bipartisan nature of parks for a second, sometimes you get certain people in politics who complain that parks are frills, parks are superfluous, parks aren't going to help our economy. But we all know that that's not the case. We all know what a good park can bring in terms of businesses, in terms of more people who want to move into the area. And the last thought I think I'd like to share in all of this is that I don't think there is a retired elected official out there who ever thinks to themselves, gee, I'm sorry I put the money into, and I'm sorry I built that park. Everybody wants parks at the end of the day. And I'm so glad that so many different people from so many different levels of government were able to make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mary Jane. Just echoing the theme, yeah, it's a great example of private-public partnership example, and when people are willing to work together, it does work, and thank you all very much for all your help in working together with us. Really, just in closing here, any great vision that becomes a success always starts with a spark, and some people way back that generally get these kind of things started. In this case, I was hoping to look out and see someone who isn't a resident of Dobbs Ferry but had so much to do with this, and I thought was going to be able to make it. Charlene Payton, who was the person who really was the driving force behind the creation of the local Waterfront Revitalization Program, or the LWRP, which was done decades ago, back in the 70s, and which many of the people that are standing behind us will recall and have been a part of. It's that work that really started to get this, and that's why we're here today. We want to thank Charlene and her husband Peter. They were really a great Dobbs Ferry family, and maybe she will stop by, but we really do want to recognize her. I want to thank you to all the residents and volunteer members of the Waterfront Committee again, who contributed your time and ideas to create this vision. Thanks to everyone who's taken action to move this project forward, especially our elected state and county officials who are here today and have supported us so much. All of the past administrations who had so much to do with this, Mayor Seskin, Mayor Bova, Mayor Monahan, Mayor Mara, who is here with us today, and all the trustees that have served. I want to particularly thank David Koenigsberg, who has been at this for a long time and currently serves as the board's current liaison of the Waterfront Committee. He's been a member for many, many years. Thank you very much, David. And current members of the board with us here today, Deputy Mayor Kathy Kay, and trustees Bill Flynn and Donna Cassell. Thanks again for all your support and the time that you put in. Again, all of the staff, the DPW Parks guys that keep these parks looking so good in really tough times with a lack of resources right now. They do an incredible job. I've mentioned all of our residents and representatives who are responsible for the funding to help us. All the members of the community who have and are assisting and hosting events which are ongoing around the town in the fundraising efforts for some additional upland improvements. And of course, Marie McKellar and Arch, thank you again very much. None of this would be possible without you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And anyone else that I might have forgot or missed who have helped in any way to achieve this progress. Dobbs Ferry is truly a village of vision, action, and progress, and this is no better example. So now I think let's just get our shovels and hats out and start digging up some dirt. What do you say?